Hey, what is up, guys? It's Render here. I'm bringing you a video today talking about Lancer and whether or not she's overpowered or not. Apologies, this video will not be professionally edited. My editor is currently still out. He probably won't be back for a while because he's doing final exams and stuff. And as many of you know, I don't do my own editing. I don't have any editing software right now, so bear with me. Try my best to be clear and concrete here. But yeah, there's a lot of controversy revolving around Lancer. So, for many of you who don't know if you're new to the game or not, Lancer is a very mobile character, very agile. Which, in my opinion, playing this game seriously, all characters are basically, to an extent, mobile. You kind of don't want to be stationary. But if you're someone who's very aggro and very, how should I say this? Flank worthy, or you just want to be like up in the face because you're a running gunner, maybe like a traditional COD player or something like that, amongst those lines, or OG Destiny player. You know how mobile those games get, and that Lancer will definitely be up your alley. In my opinion, personally, I don't think Lancer's overpowered, and I'm gonna break down why I don't think she's overpowered. And to be quite honest with you, Lancer isn't even my top performing character. I know if I sit and shoot my progression stats, you're probably like, wow, you're only level 83, you don't have a say. I've been on a hiatus. I haven't really been playing this game as much. I've been busy with some other stuff, and then playing Siege when I'm tired because I don't want to ruin my stats, as you guys can see here. But if you look at my stats here, my time played, majority of it's on Lancer. So people are like, you're a Lancer main, you're pathetic, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. She's, you have like no say. You can't do half the things you do with Lancer with other characters. And if you've been watching my channel, I actually have done everything with these characters. I've played every character. I did the 20-man challenge, and my average kill ratio, I can't wait for Rogue Tracker to come out, is 20. Not just like 20 elims and like 11 downs, but like actually 20 downs, 20 eliminations, etc. I usually finish my kills the moment I down a person. But my top performing rogue is gonna be Ronin actually. She is my highest kill consistent with in demolition. Ronin, I have 572 kills with her and 2,414 kills with Lancer, but I barely have that many time with Ronin versus Lancer. And Ronin's pretty simple. She has a throwing knife, dagger, and whatnot, but she doesn't have life drain, which is the only downside to Ronin in my honest opinion. She does have this replenish perk, and if you don't know what the replenish perk is, because again you're new to the game so you're learning, what replenish is pretty much whenever you down an enemy, your gun automatically reloads on down, so you don't have to reload your gun because it just autofill. Sorry, I'm looking for it. Where is it? Combat loadout. Here it is, perks. So yeah, she has replenish. It's a really good perk. Downing an enemy reloads your currently equipped weapon and restores ammunition. Perk is phenomenal. Now, I'm going to break down this perk versus Lancer's roll ability. So where the controversy comes from Lancer is pretty much, oh, she's fast, she's quiet, you know, she has the quote-unquote best SMG in the game. The best SMG in the game. She has the best weapon. This is what the community says. She has the best SMG, right? Or at least what people who think she's overpowered have to say. Her SMG is good. It's definitely great, but it's by no means the best SMG in the game. I'll show the stats off too, showing why it's not the best. And also, because again, I don't have my editor, I can't show you side-by-side footage. But if you watch my previous YouTube videos, especially with me playing Lancer a lot, you'll see where the range hits and how the recoil is and whatnot. Recoil in this game isn't super bad. Like it's not like Fortnite, for example. So it's kind of like non-existent. But you'll see the bloom. I think that's the better term to say. Bloom. You'll see that it lasers kind of, but within a certain range. I can't obviously just cross map you like you can with other SMGs, like for example the LMPX. But moving onwards. So they talk about her roll. Her roll perk is a passive. Whenever she rolls, she automatically reloads her currently equipped weapon. Reason why that's honestly not that overpowered like people make it seem is only because when Lancer rolls, right? When she rolls, she cannot shoot her gun. I cannot shoot my gun mid-roll. You know, I'm also unaimed off you when I do that. So if you're firing me in a 1v1 situation, and quote unquote, if you hit your fucking shots, yes, I'm gonna drop the F-bomb there because it's so annoying when people like, wow, I'm only losing my gunfights because this person can roll. Like, you can roll too, but if you roll, you become super vulnerable to anything that's coming to you. Now, obviously, if you're a good positioner and you're positioning yourself well, it's it seems like it's overpowered. But at the end of the day, if you're the person who died to someone rolling behind cover anyways because you missed your shots and whatnot, and you're out in the open, did you lose that gunfight because, well, wow, that person has an overpowered perk, so I had to reload my gun? Why are you out in the open? And why didn't you finish your hit all your shots? You know? But like, let's say you're behind cover, Lancer rolls behind cover, whatnot. You're behind cover, she's behind cover. She still has to push you or over peek and whatnot. It's a third person game, so you can see everything she's doing. So it's not like you're losing your gunfight. If you lost a gunfight, you lost a gunfight. That's what I mean to say. I'm sorry. I'm probably didn't make any sense there. Apologies. I'm going off all unedited stuff. Going off the tempo here. So people just don't like to admit that they lost a gunfight. Now, I just recently uploaded to my Twitter nonstop 1v3s. And by 1v3s, I mean like literally all three people shooting at me and me gunning them. And you see how many shots they miss, and it's like, yeah, it looks like I'm overpowered because these kids aren't hitting their shots. But if you hit your shots, I'm not that overpowered. I outgun Lancer all the time. I have no problem killing any Lancer on enemy teams because I don't find her overpowered. Now, one thing I will say about Lancer, which changed my mind a little bit, I do think she needs a quite change to her ability. Her ability, quick and quiet, gain increased movement speed, quieter movement, and immunity to reveals for a duration or until firing your weapon. I think she should lose the immunity to reveals. This I will say. From a competitive standpoint, I do not feel as if she should be immune to reveals, especially with her quieter footsteps. They should make it to where she is silent how she is. She already is silent. Or remove the reveal so that way Dallas and Talon can actually counter her, because she is brought. She is pretty meta. Dallas and Talon are also pretty meta as well because they're really good intel characters. Talon more so Dallas because Dallas can be easily countered by the cloak ability. But yeah, being able to just go invisible technically to enemies' radars and Dallas and stuff was kind of like yikes. So this part I would definitely cross off. I think this is the only thing that makes Lancer seem like she's super strong. But other than that, remove that from her and she's pretty solid. You'll go back to seeing her being, again, seemingly low tier. But let's get into our weapons real quick. So her weapons is the 2-4S, or the 24S, whatever you want to call it. Does 15 body damage at a fire rate of 11.36. It actually doesn't have that much range, as I was showcasing. This I'll showcase it again. The Spitfire, the machine pistol that most of these characters have, does 16 body damage at a fire rate of 10. Its range is somewhat similar to that of the 24S. Not gonna lie, it's somewhat similar, but it does fall off a little slightly faster. It's a little shorter in range. So like in terms of raw body shots, the S20 24S is gonna win against the Spitfire. But believe it or not, if we were point blank range and you were hitting your shots and you were using the Spitfire, you would out DPS the 24S here. Just slightly by that bare margin. Just because I think this, I'm not sure how much a damage multiplier is on this, if it's the same or whatnot as the 24S, but I'm pretty sure it's slightly higher. I'll go in training grounds and we'll test that out. But because it's all unedited stuff, again, I gotta go here and put everything up on screen. Here's the LMPX. The LMPX does 16 body damage at a fire rate of 10.87, but also it has a monstrous accuracy when it comes to range. At 12.5, I didn't bother reading off her S24 her 24S range. The 24S range is a 10.5. I know the numbers seem like they're super close, but actually, that makes a difference. That makes a big difference. We're gonna go here to the shooting range real quick. I wish they had it to where you can swap your characters mid shooting range. But we'll try my best here to show off. So this is Lancer. We'll click on her real quick. Start it up. We're gonna upgrade this to the max. Upgrade that to the max. Okay. So we're gonna stand on this red box right here. There goes Dima. This is the Spitfire. Does 19. This is the 24S. Does 21. Okay. So actually, I take back my statement that I made earlier. Apologies again. I just usually DPS with this, but assuming you went head for head with this in range, yeah, the S24, 24S will win. I keep saying S24, I don't know why. Like fucking stupid. But the damage fall off for the Spitfire SMG is 13, drops to 13. That's not too bad. That's actually pretty good. But again, you gotta hit your shots. 16. So they're relatively close for a machine pistol. It's not bad. We're gonna get out of here real quick. I actually test the damage right here. So this is again on the red square. 13, 13, 13, 13. 13, 13, 13. So it stops at 13. 13's her minimum at range. Again, this is her bullet spread. And I'm actually putting the crosshairs on his head right now, but that's the bullet spread right there, so you can see her bloom. And we're gonna return to lobby. You're probably wondering, why are you showcasing all this? Like, why is this so important? What makes it different? This is just for the argument for her SMG, because people look at her SMG and they're like, oh, she's so overpowered. And it's like, it's not the best SMG in the game. It's definitely a really good one. And I like it for Lancer, primarily because it's good. But it's not like the best. Alright, so this is Talon's SMG, the LMPX, or Glitch's SMG. So we were standing on this red cube here, point blank, 23. Same as the S24, right? 14 at range. That is 1 DPS, or 1 damage, I shouldn't say 1 DPS, but 1 damage higher, with a, probably similar, with a way better accuracy. So you see the bloom. This is the bullet spread with the LMPX when it's fully upgraded. And it's just a monster. It clicks heads. I gotta get a new controller too, by the way. I got a massive drift on here. But it shreds. Close range, it shreds too. 16 body damage. And with a high fire rate, it definitely will destroy the 24S in range. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes if I kill a Talon now or a glitch, I will definitely pick up their LMPX. If it's fully upgraded, I will grab it and run around and just merc with it on Lancer, or I'll grab Anvil's LMG, which can seem OP, but I just do it for the fucking memes. Anvil's LMG is similar to the S24S, but I think it has a higher damage output, especially at range, because it's an LMG. Backing out of here though. So that's the LMPX and stuff. I'll showcase the MP7. MP7 is, and it's controversial in my opinion. A lot of people really love it. In my opinion, I don't think the MP7 is great. I prefer Lancer's SMG over the MP7, just because it has slightly more range. But in terms of just barrel stuffing someone, MP7 is cracked. Like, literal crack. It's stupid.
My favorite.
So it has a body damage of 12, fire rate of 15 though. 15 fire rate. But its range sucks alongside its bloom. So this is headshot. Headshot's 12. You're probably like, that's not a lot. It's just 1 underneath the 24S. 24S was like 13, I think, right? 13 at low. 13 at low. Yeah, it was 13 low and then 24, I think, point blank or whatever, right? I could be wrong. I already forgot the damage numbers. I wish I had the damage tables up on screen. Um, and then 9 body, which is like the all-time low, but
You need
it
more training.
shreds. The MP7 shreds point blank. If
Here
you
is
can
no
keep
match
all
for
of your
me.
shots on target, it's it's really good at just mowing people down because of its super cracked fire rate, but its bloom is not the best. So this is its bloom, its spray pattern. So trying to shoot someone from like at range is not gonna be the best. The LMPX will definitely mow this gun down. And the S20 or 24S. I keep fucking up. I am so sorry. Jeez. So MP7 has its kinks, has its perks, but it's really good in point blank. So if me and the MP7 went body for body with the 24S, the MP7 would melt. Problem is though,
My
most
favorite.
people run AK. So this goes to the next topic in terms of guns. So Lancer only has the SMG and the shotgun. SMGs are really good in close to mid range. As far as far range goes, they suck. And the AK is cracked. It doesn't really need to upgrade. You don't need to upgrade the AK-47 at all for it to be good. So body damage, it does 19 body, 29 head, right? That's pretty insane for the AK. The damage output on this is just ridiculous. There's no like there's no real accuracy increase to it other than hip fire accuracy. And hip firing with the AK is super easy to do. It's not like it's hard at all. It's super easy. Sorry for my stick drift here. I gotta get a new controller like I said. But it's super easy to do. So even if you got point blank range and you were just straight barrel stuffing someone with the AK, it's naughty. The 24S can't beat that. It can't. It seems like it can beat it only because, like, you know, Lancer's being super agile. Like if I use my speed boost, like what I like to do with Lancer is I'll sometimes use my ability to be super aggro instead of flanking. If I'm being aggressive, I just run straight at the person, right? I'm sprinting like crack speed or whatever. I'll jump up and I'll just start hip firing. So it's like I'm moving a little bit faster than a normal player model that people are naturally used to looking at. So that makes it seem like it's overpowered, but even her player speed, it's slightly increased. It's not like I go to all of a sudden being Usain Bolt and I'm running out like a 7 speed. Like think of Siege. If anyone plays Rainbow Six, it's not like I'm a 1 speed going against a fucking 4 speed operator. You know, it's not like that. It's like a 2 speed going against a 3 speed all of a sudden because everyone is pretty much the same speed. Um, in this game, from my knowledge, we're all the same running speed. Maybe Anvil might be slightly slower, but I think we're all the same speed nonetheless. And then, you know, you slightly get that slight movement speed increase if you are using like your pistol in Siege. That's all essentially is what her ability. And she's just quiet. But she looks fast as fuck because she got like the little white motion thing behind her. Or the wind stream, airstream. But we're backing out of here now. So this goes into that whole argument that her SMG is just super overpowered and stuff like that, and her kit's nice. Um, if Lancer isn't so overpowered, you're probably wondering, well, why do I main her? Why is she my most used character if she isn't so overpowered? The only reason why I use Lancer is only because one, I can make a play with Lancer, but I can make a play with any character in this game. Uh, I don't think Lancer is overpowered again just because of her roll ability. I would definitely nerf her main ability though. I would nerf just the immune to reveals. I feel like she should be revealed. I know it kind of counters her whole kit in a sense, and people are like, well, she's supposed to be stealth, but it's like that is kind of too strong. She's already is quiet. That part is the only part I think needs nerf. But I'll also buff her ability and make it to where it's like a Caveira, where like let's say I cancel my sprint, my stealth mode or whatever. Um, that would actually like stop wherever it left off and recharge from that point up. That's how I would make it. So that way Lancer can stay agile even though she can be seen by Dallas and Talon and whatnot. but you know, you can see her coming, so there's no excuse for people like, oh, I didn't hear her, nor did we know she came behind. I snapped my finger and all this stuff and blah blah blah. So nerfing that would definitely reduce that issue, that excuse that people like to make a lot. I shouldn't say necessarily it's an excuse, but if you're playing a four comp, a four man, most of the times Lancers aren't gonna flank you. A lot of times Lancers will just be just taking you straight on just because they know they won't be able to pull off a successful flank. Um, but I play Lancer a lot because before I started hanging out with my new friends here now and just trying to have a fun time, and I stopped sweating my content as much. I was solo. I was doing a lot of solos. So I would be playing with randoms all the time. And when I play with random people, I constantly kept getting into situations where it's like, dude, everyone just dies instantly, and I need to rotate from A to B site or B to A site, you know? And I also need something to get my life back. And, you know, I want the replenish perk because replenish perk is so good. It is so good. You down someone and you don't have to reload or you don't have to roll, so I can keep my gun focused on someone, which is why I love characters like Dima. Dima, in my opinion, is super powerful. Shaq is definitely overpowered. Anyone who's going to complain about an overpowered character, by definition, Shaq is overpowered, and I'll explain why after. Um, but Lancer, I use her because she's fast, so I can definitely like that slight little millisecond or that 4 extra seconds I can get or 2 extra seconds I can get. The site is really nice. Being able to get from point A to point B and be able to try to quickly clean up anyone who's trying to hide from me or whatnot, and try to rush back the bomb. Really nice. Again, life drain, really useful ability. It gives me 50 health on kill, so it just keeps me in a gunfight, which I really like. Because sometimes, you know, when you're playing characters who don't have life drain, aka Ronin, who I really love, it sucks when you have two people on you and you only die because you are like one shot, but you get the person to a slither of health and they just hit that lucky shot on you, that like that final bullet, and it's like, God damn it, dude. If only I had life drain, I would have ate that bullet and bopped that kid. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like when it comes to Lancer, that's why I keen towards her. It's only because one, she can make those quick rotates, especially if you're solo queuing or whatnot, or you know, you can even do her in four man. Who cares? Just being able to rotate is really nice. Making those fast transitions on certain maps. I play her on like every map, anyways, unless I'm really bored. But again, her roll ability, since she doesn't have replenish, it kind of sucks just a little bit, just because like I'm forcing myself to get out of a gunfight, but I can quickly peek back again and still just push up aggro and just pre-fire something, which is nice. Um, and yeah, I already said her life train. So, and her SMG isn't too bad. Like again, it's not gonna out DPS the AK. It's not gonna out DPS the LMPX. It's not going to out DPS the HRM. Like the HRM is stupid too. If you guys know what the HRM is, because again you're new and you're still trying to learn weapons, the HRM is Dallas's and Trench's AK. And this shit is stupid crack. It's like a 3-shot headshot kill. I think you could 2-shot. I think you could 2-tap the head and 1-tap body for kill with this gun. If I'm correct. I could test it in the shooting range right now. Actually, I talk about it. It's a pretty stupid cracked AK. Only downside to it, those has 20 in the mag. But again, those two characters I'm pretty sure come with replenish, so they never reload their gun, and it just keeps them shooting at you and just bopping you. Yeah. So that's 3-tap. Okay, no, so it's not a 2-tap 1-tap body. It's 3-tap head always, and then I shouldn't say always. We're gonna stand right here. Damage range out. 4-tap at range. Actually, I think this is probably the range. Yeah, 4-tap at range. And his bloom isn't even that bad. And with its slow fire rate, it's super easy to hit all the shots. Like, hip firing with the gun's easy. So, not like you're at a stupid disadvantage. Really, really, really good AK. How DPS is a lot of things. The Mamba slaps. Only downside to the Mamba is literally you force to hit your shots. If you can't hit your shots with the Mamba, it's gonna seem like it's a shitty gun, but it's a 2-burst. So take that with a grain of salt. I use the Mamba quite a lot, and I fucking love it. But moving onwards, why is Shaq overpowered, and why people should be focusing their attention on Shaq and not Lancer? I know this video is a little bit longer than what I was expecting it. It's super unprofessional, so I apologize. Thank you, anyone watching the video, if you got to this point. And if you disagree with anything I have to say, feel free to post that down in the comment section. I'm always up to debate and talk about these things with people in depth, as well as taking new hindsight. I don't like being ignorant either to facts. So someone can correct me in any way, shape, or form and present me with something that's actually a fact and just not like an opinion because you just can't accept something, then I'm probably not going to bother replying back to you. I'll probably satisfy you for like a little bit, but I'm not going to change my mindset. You got to hit me with something that's actual facts. I was talking to this guy on Twitter, and he didn't state a single fact. And I was actually throwing things out at him with evidence, and he was still ignoring it because he just can't accept the fact that he's bad. Sorry. Moving forward though, off the rant tangent to Shaq. Shaq, here we go. Customized. Oh no, wrong thing. I'm stupid. Combat loadout. So Shaq has a D40. I didn't even take into account his SMG. Shaq's D40. Totally forget about this weapon all the time. Nah, I probably shouldn't, because this is literal crack. This thing it's stupid. You thought Lancer was overpowered? Again, the 24S, you thought this shit was OP? You thought this was overpowered? Like, for real? This 15 damage, 1136 fire rate versus a 40 at start mag already on this shit? 13 body damage and a 13.33 fire rate? Like, you thought Lancer was overpowered? Okay. Jumping into the D40. Shit's cracked. I can show you this in a shooting range, but let's talk about his perks real quick. So, not only does Shaq become immune to being revealed by enemies, he also gets Stalker. He can keep his speed up while aimed down sight. Now, realistically, you probably won't get all these perks all the time unless you're fragging your mind out. Which I have had all these perks at once. Not every single perk I had. For Shaq, the most I've ever had, and the constantly getting consistently, is Cloaked, Replenish, Life Drain, and Stalker. And I'll run the D40. Usually my D40 is fully upgraded, but if I decided to like cut down, I'll usually just run my D40. I definitely always get Replenish, Life Drain, and I'll call me a Simtex, which is super nice. But let's talk about that. So, if you're new to Rogue Company, right? And you're like, who's the most overpowered character? Everyone says Lancer's overpowered, and she's super easy to use, because she is easy to use. Shaq, he is hella easy to use, but he's also easy to get wrong at the same time. You're probably like, that doesn't make any sense. He's easy to use because, one, his ability just, if you didn't know, you can pick yourself up with his ability. So it depends on what kind of person you are. Most people don't know they can pick themselves up with their ability, or they also just don't know they can just pop their ability at any given point in time. Because if you're on controller, it doesn't tell you to press LBRB off rip. It only tells you that when you're down. And then if you're on keyboard and mouse, it also doesn't tell you to press Q unless you're down for whatever reason. At least for me, I'm not sure if it's different for you guys. Maybe you have it. So most people don't know they can just pop it right off rip. But if you're like someone who plays Scorch and stuff like that, you're probably already used to just clicking your LBRB. That's like the main thing you depend on. So, or your Q. He overheals himself. You're like, that's not overpowered. It is. He overheals himself to, I think, 160 HP. Yeah, it's 160 HP because he can actually tank a Phantom headshot. Phantom can snipe him for 140 and he will not die when he's overhealed. That's overpowered. When you can't die to a sniper rifle, like barreling through your skull. And you combo that with his really strong SMG and his already stupid insane perk of Life Drain, which gives you again back 50 HP on down, and you combo that with Replenish, so he never reloads. So if he downs someone, not only does he get his health back, not only does he get his ammo back, he also can overheal again. And I uploaded another video to YouTube with Shaq. I was freestyling with Shaq, you know, trying to do things out. So if you guys don't know and you haven't seen me play Shaq, watch that video to see the power of his overpoweredness. If you don't agree with me that Shaq's overpowered, watch that video. Watch me freestyle with Shaq. And he's super fun to play because of how aggro he can be, because he's literally just like your typical brain dead Ash player. He's fast, because again everyone's like the same speed, so it's not like they slowed him down by any necessarily means. He's pretty fast. He's got the best SMG. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about the D40. I am so sorry to people who are probably like kicking their feet, punching the air or whatever before I got to this point in the video. I'm gonna show you the D40 real quick. This is a super long video, so I'll be ending it shortly. I promise. 30 minutes long. I am terribly sorry.
Good.
All right, here we go. This is the D40. 13 body damage, 19 headshot. You're probably like, that's not a lot.
What were you doing?
It literally mows things down, man. You can hit your shots with it. It literally shreds. There's just no stopping this thing. It's crack. Did I upgrade it? I did upgrade it fully.
This will help.
Again, replenish, life drain. I could do this all day. And this is what it looks like. Like, this is what replenish does, but people get on Lancer. Imagine just holding right trigger like this the entire time, and you're mowing people down, getting health back in an alleyway, or like in my videos where I'm playing Lancer and you see me gunning multiple people at the same time. Imagine Lancer doing this to you and literally never rolling. I'm just getting health back, crouch spamming, and just hitting these shots. Like, you know, it's just like, oh, crack. It's crack. And then here's the overheal. 175. I thought it was 160. 175 overheal. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty crack. And then again, you combo that, like, let's say you get him weak, you actually manage to almost kill Shaq. Well, what would have almost been a kill because you take off his 75 armor. He just gets his health back to full and just downs you again, and then you can't. A good Shaq player knows what they're doing and knows how to push it. You know, especially like if I'm about to die. One thing Shaq can do, by which most people don't know you can do, unlike Lancer and shit. When you're popping your ability, if you're shooting and then pop your ability or whatever, I'll wait for it to come back. You can actually shoot mid pop. So I'm gonna wait for my ability to come back. I'll show you guys this real quick. I probably should have made this a separate video, but it's best to get it out here now because I just had a lot to talk about and I can bring up my thoughts. So when you pop your ability, like, you can shoot still during that animation. It's not like you have to wait any longer. Let them scream, health goes to max, and your gun's already firing, and it's nice. I did this to a glitch, and again, in one of the videos, just a nice little clip at the end for you guys. So check that out in the video on YouTube. I'll probably post a link to the video or have it up on the end of this video if you guys want to check that out. There's tons of Lancer clips out there for you already that I have. As you know, she's my definitely most played rogue, for the reasons I mentioned before, not because I think she's like overpowered in any slight way. And I'm not trying to let my biasness of me playing the character a lot get into, I guess, the concept of her being overpowered. people people will try to write it off and say like, well, because you play her a lot, that means clearly you just want to stick up for her for being um overpowered. And it's like, nah, dude, that's not it at all. It's because I play her a lot, I understand where her weaknesses come from, and it's also because now, since everyone has this concept that Lancer's overpowered, there are so many Lancer players now, so many of them. Like, I'm getting people instant locking my Lancer now, when before they wouldn't. And again, it's just so sad to see these Lancers because they all like, oh, she's so overpowered, she's good, I'm about to slam and fuck shit up, and then you straight dog on them because Lancer's not that overpowered. It's a play style that you have to get right. And even with the right play style, at the end of the day, if me and you are face to face and we're shooting at each other, it all comes down to who's the better gunner. But if I have like an AK and I have good aim and you have good aim, 9 times out of 10, I realistically should win. My gun is superior. If I have the superior gun, I should win. My gunfight's in a straight up 1v1 battle. Is it possible to still lose 1v1s? Hell yeah, it is. Especially if I miss my shots. Like, if I'm missing my shots and this person's beaming for everything, yeah, the 24S is good. It definitely has a really good time to kill on it. But again, that's only if you hit every single shot. It does have room for error. Like, if you miss a few shots, maybe you can make a comeback. But I'm also just relying on that person missing their shots, and again, my ability to strafe and everything like that. So there's a lot of things you got to take into account, which all comes down to just one simple thing: player skill. Don't let your player skill just start saying characters are overpowered because you struggle with something. Play the character, try them out for yourself, give it a reasonable amount of time. Don't judge off 1, 2, 10 games. I would say give it like a decent amount of time. I'll say at the 20 game mark, at 20 games, if you can get 20 consistent games, and by consistent, I don't necessarily mean like super consistent, like every game I want you to drop like 20 something bombs. You don't have to be like that cracked, not tooting my own horn here, but you don't have to try to like one up me or anything like that and drop 20 kills every game or try to average 20 with the character to say this character is overpowered. Um, Again, because I mean I've done it with all the characters now at this point, and I can average fairly high. Only problem is though is that because I don't play a lot of Lancers, sometimes when I play other characters, it's just I'm stuck in the mindset of Lancer. So you'll see me roll quite a lot, and it fucks me up because I'm like, damn, I thought my gun reloaded and my gun didn't reload. But if I'm playing someone like Ronin, I have replenish. I don't get irritated by it as much as I do playing someone who doesn't have replenish. But that brings it into the end of this video. I think I got over all the topics of Lancer while introducing someone who people should be talking about. But if I forgot anything in the comment section, I mean, if I forgot anything in the video, apologies. I'm like tripping up on my words. Let me know down below in the video on the comment section. I'll definitely read all your comments. Thank you again for getting this far into the video. Apologies, my thoughts weren't formulated correctly. I just kept seeing Twitter and just decided to wake up, hop up out of bed, and just jump on here and do a quick recording because I haven't uploaded to YouTube. Coming back from a hiatus from Rogue, so I will be coming back to streaming Rogue and uploading, hopefully giving you guys some more content. If you guys want to see me play any certain characters, just let me know. Post that down in the comment section as well, and I will see you in the next video. But don't forget, like, subscribe, and definitely comment and let me know what you think about Lancer. Do you still think she's overpowered? Do you think she needs nerf buffs? What characters do you think I should make topics on next? Or if you just have anything that you just want to comment, and just comment it. I'll read it. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video.